In this lecture, we are going to study the systems approach to management. So let's find out what are the contents of the lecture. It will start with introduction of systems approach, then systems model of management, then what are the types of system. We are going to cover the open system as well as the closed system, followed by the characteristics of the organization system and also references. Introduction of systems approach. The systems theory of management asserts that any organization is single, unified system of interrelated parts or subsystems, and each part of the overall system is dependent on others and cannot function optimally without them. For example, systems approach asserts that organization work as a system and it has many subsystems which are interdependent on each other. Means if any change is happening in one subsystem, for example marketing, it is going to affect the entire subsystems within the organization and also the organization as a whole. So on the basis of this definition, let's talk about the key features of systems approach. Number one, organization as an open system. So let's say an enterprise operates within a larger external environment which includes industry, economy and society. IES. I stands for industry, E stands for economy and S stands for society. Number two, input transformation output model. So organizations receives the input from the external environment, transforms them with the help of managerial functions and delivers output back to the environment. Number three, subsystems in an organization. So key functional areas, for example production, marketing, finance, HR, they are all interrelated subsystems within the system. Okay. Number four, interdependence of subsystems. So changes in one subsystem can affect the others, impacting the overall organization's ability to achieve its goal. For example, any change has happened in finance department. So it is going to affect the HR as well. It is going to affect the marketing. It is going to affect the production and everything. For instance, a price reduction strategy of a marketing manager may require cost reduction by the production department and also low cost borrowing by the finance department. It is thus not possible for the manager of the departments to make decisions without understanding the impact of other departments and also on the organization as a whole. So understanding the systems based approach usually calls for frequent communication, not only within the department but also with the representatives of the other departments. So communication is the key. In systems approach, input from the external environment may include people, capital, physical resources, technical and managerial skills. The transformation of the inputs into the output is done through managerial functions such as planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. Then comes the output. Finally, the output of the environment can be in form of product, service, profit and satisfaction of the various stakeholders. So this is all about the systems model where the organization is working in response to the external environment. So organizations can be, as a system, organization can be classified into two categories. Number one, the open system and number two, the closed system. We are going to study both type of systems in the upcoming slides. The first category is the open system. So when an organization interacts with external environment and gets influenced by such interactions, it is called an open system. For example, business organizations mostly operate as an open system basis. Let's say they receive inputs from the external environment, transform them through a conversion process and send them as an output to the external environment like we discussed in the previous slide. The subsystems within the organization actively interact with the external forces and also adjust according to the external changes. They have continuous exchange with their environment and are also responsive to the feedback. For example, on the basis of a customer complaint, it has been found that the particular person is dissatisfied with the certain features in the mobile phone and the same complaint has been reported by other person, and over a period of time many people have reported the same thing and they all are sad. So this is the work of customer service department. They provide the feedback to the research and development team. Research and development team prepare a new design and they ask the production department to prepare that unit with some modifications. Then sales department will sell a new product on the basis of the feedback provided by the customer service department, and also the marketing department will work in accordance with this new strategy. So first the customer feedback was received by customer service department. Then customer service department talked with or provided this feedback to the research and development department. Then research and development department or wing, they initiated the conversation with the other teams and also started working on the product. Then when they produced a protocol, it got passed, and then they set the production department to prepare such units. Those after preparation of those units would be marketed by the marketing department, and sales department are going to sell those new units with the demands modified on the basis of customers. Now let's talk about the closed system. In contrast with the open system, when organization keep little or no interaction with their external environment, it is called closed system. So no organization can remain close to the external influence or interaction except for certain institutions like prisons and monasteries. Now let's talk about the closed subsystems have limited interaction with the external environment and focus on the internal processes, routine and efficiency. They operate largely in isolation from the external forces. Now let's talk about the characteristics of an organization system. We'll begin with inputs. For example, the essential resources that feed into system including raw materials, human resources and capital, information and technology. Number 2, transformation process. The activity that converts input into output such as employee tasks, managerial functions and also operational methods. Number 3, outputs. For example, the end results produced by the system, which can include products or services, financial performance, information, human outcomes and also satisfaction. The fourth one is feedback. The outcome of a system's output that provide information to adjust and influence future inputs. Number 5, environment. The internal and external environment that impact the system, shaping how it operates and adapts. Followed by subsystems. Every organization functions as a system comprised of various interconnected subsystems. These subsystems are dependent on one another. For example, within an organization, HR, marketing, finance, IT, production, research and development wing, they all are subsystems within the organization. Then holism. All subsystems collaborate to form a unified system. Any decision taken within one subsystem impacts the entire organization. For example, any subsystem like HR has taken a decision, it is going to affect the entire subsystem and also the organization. Then let's talk about the synergy, that is 1 plus 1 equals to 11. 1 plus 1 equals to 11. Okay. The total output of the entire system exceeds the combined output of the individual subsystems working separately. Let's take the example of synergy in the form of Indian cricket team. When we talk about Indian cricket team, in this team, why we say team has a synergy, because the output of the team is greater than the input. For example, if you see the 10 members, 10 players are there in the team, but one person, all people are not same, everyone is different, everyone is having different competencies. For example, some would be bowler, very good bowler, some would be some fast bowlers, some would be pacers, some would be batsmen, some would be wicket keepers, some would be fielders, very good fielders, and some would be all rounders. So when we are having all these people coming under one roof, we are making a strategy. That's why we said the entire subsystem exceeds the combined output of its individual subsystems working separately. So when those subsystems are going to work separately, the output would be limited, but when they are coming together and working as one system, the output is more as compared to individual performance. Then let's talk about closed and open system. As we studied also in the previous slide, the organization as a whole operates as an open system consisting of both open and closed subsystems. So these are the references which I have used in order to make this lecture. You can take a print, you can take a screenshot of this screen and also refer these references for studying more on this topic. I hope you liked my lecture. Thank you so much for watching.